I wanted to talk to you again. I went into the modules, and this is week one. This is your first assignment. It's 1.2 written assignment review activities. So I just clicked on here and do that again. So I can show you what I'm talking about. And then I'm scrolling down. There's your discussion. There's your assignment. There's your quiz. And there's another video covering that. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. And I'm going to make it a little bigger. Okay, so this is your first assignment for this week. It covers both chapters 1 and chapters 3. Okay, remember that in the module I said there was, in the lecture and assignment tab, there is the actual discussion of the pages for this whole chapter and for chapter 3. So let's start off with assignment 1.3. So on your left is the Canvas assignments, and then on your right is the actual textbook. So assignment 1.3, pages 32, which is down here, through 33. So that means it's right here. Okay, and it covers objectives 1 through 3. So this always starts out giving you a little background information. Now, the reason we do this is that this textbook is written primarily for face-to-face classes, not online. It is easily to where we join both online and face-to-face. But if you wonder, do I do what the book says or do I do what the assignment in Canvas says? The assignment in Canvas is first, and then the book supplements. I think there's only one chapter where I actually tell you to go to the book. Other than that, it's just this is here, and then we go this, and then, oh, by the way, go look at your book and do this also. Ever have any questions, ask. I do not bite students' heads off, okay? So I'm going to go to the next page. So here is this form. It says this assignment is about analyzing your writing skills. Your task is complete the writing skills form and submit the form. Note there are questions to be answered at the end of the form. So down here, where are you strongest and weakest? Are you satisfied with your present skills? And where are you strongest and weakest? And are you satisfied with your present skills? Those are two questions. And this form is right there as a download. So all you have to do is click it, open it. Okay, you can just look at it, or you can select the number from 1. Okay, so 1. Oh, enable editing. If I was reading, I would be careful. So you could do 1, 2, 3, depending on how, and you could do this with each one, depending on how you feel. Or you could just say, you can write on a piece of paper. Kind of, I would do it this way. I think it's easier, but hey, different strokes for different folks. So you go through and you fill this out, look at your score, and answer these two questions. That's assignment 1.3. Okay. Now, assignment 1.15 is page 36. Let me get us to page 36. Whoop, too far. Assignment 1.15, and so that's right here. Okay. This assignment's about ethical dilemmas. Study the 7 dilemmas on page 26. All right, so the main part of this is, as far as the question, is your textbook with some information thrown in here. A lot of times it's duplicate, but like I said, this takes precedence. So we have to go look on page 26. I'm on page too far up, so I need to go over. Okay, I've got them highlighted. There are 7 dilemmas on page 26. Email message, customer, progress report, sales report, presentation proposal, and resume. Select 4 of them. Let's do the bottom 4. Resume, proposals, presentation, sales report. In a memo to me, explain your answer completely to each question that is included in each dilemma. Remember back here in modules, I don't know how to do a memo. I don't know where to find a memo. Okay, I told you where. Okay, so where to find a memo template? Where to find a memo? Hi everyone. In grading last week, week's work, you needed to submit it, the first 2 assignments in memo format. I'm sorry, the second and third assignment in memo format. And I've had some students reply to me that they didn't know how to find a memo or they didn't know how to do a memo, which makes sense to me, but I can never tell what knowledge you guys have or don't have. So okay.
I wanted to show you how to find a memo.
I'm in Microsoft Word.
I have opened, I was going to start a new Word document here. And instead of clicking here for,
Okay, so that's where you find the memo. Let me get back to where I was. Modules, assignment. You can go ahead and laugh at me. That's okay. I'm cool with that. Bigger. Okay. In a memo. So now that's where you go back and find information about a memo. So study the 7 dilemmas on page 26 and select 4 of them. We said resume, proposal, presentation, and sales report. Now, explain your answer completely to each question that is included in each dilemma. Okay, so let's take resume. Should you inflate your grade point average or give yourself more experience or a higher job title? Now this is based from page 36, so let's go look at page 36. I'm sorry, I should have done that first, and I didn't. I'm sure you'd be better at that. All right, your task, study the 7 dilemmas appearing on pages 25 through 26. Select 4 of them and apply the tools for doing the right thing on page 29 and choose an appropriate reaction. See, I didn't say that, so go down here, I did. In a memo to your instructor, explain the action you would take for each dilemma. Analyze your response to each question. How would you see the problem if you were on the opposite side, that type of thing. So we need pages 25, 26, and page 29. And then we're through right now with this one. So 25, we were already there. Sorry, 26. I can't read, obviously. Go on over. Okay, we said we were going to do these 4. Should you inflate your grade point average or give yourself more experience, then your experience warrants to make your resume more attractive. Response in complete sentences to each of the 5 questions. So first off, you're going to answer that. Should you, it's about ethics, okay? So you just answer. Do you think you should inflate your grade point average or give yourself more experience or a higher job title than your experience wants, just to make your resume more attractive? That's the first thing you do. First thing, answer these questions. All right, so that's the very first thing. Okay. Then you can do these 4 first or do them one at a time. It's up to you. Then you go to page 29. I didn't get to page 29. Okay, here's page 29. Figure 1.14. Okay, so you've answered your thoughts on a resume. Should you inflate it? Should you make yourself better because you really wanted this job? And you answer that yes or no, in all honesty. Okay. Then you say, is what you did legal? Is your decision, based on your decision, if you said yes, you would, and yes, that's an okay thing to do, is it legal for you to inflate your resume? What would you do if you were on the opposite side? So you're the person that's hiring somebody, and that somebody has inflated their resume, and you did some research and you found out that they have not been the most honest with you. What would you do? Can you rule out a better alternative? Okay, is there a better way to make your resume look really cool without lying on it or inflating it? Would a trusted advisor agree with what you did, either inflating it or not inflating it, depending on what your answer would? And would family, friends, employer, or coworkers approve? And that's what you have to respond to each of those 4. Okay, incomplete census memo format. Now, so we've done that form, we've done that, and now assignment 3.7, which is chapter 3, page 110. have a tendency to overshoot. Okay, I nailed it. All right, 3.7. Here is Trek Bicycle Goes Global. It goes on to the next page. And basically, Trek is a local United States-based manufacturer of super lightweight carbon bikes. Armstrong has ridden to victory over the years. Small town of Waterloo is about the last place you'd expect to find world's largest specialty bicycle maker. Trek started its global business at a red barn shack, it says smack, in the middle of Wisconsin farm country and employs 1,500 people. And it tells you something about Trek. You do not need to go and research Trek. Okay? You don't need to do that. Trek encountered problems in conducting intercultural transactions. For example, in Mexico, cargo was pilfered. They stole it while waiting customs. Here's one of my favorites. In Singapore, a buyer balked at a green bike helmet, explaining to Trek Bicycle that when a man wears green on his head, it means his wife is unfaithful. So you want me to buy a green helmet and tell everyone that my wife is unfaithful, even though she's not. In Germany, Trek had to redesign its packaging to reduce waste and meet environmental requirements because Germany is really big on going green. Actually, the changes required Germany help to bolster the company's overall image. So here it says your task, based on the principles you studied in this chapter, name several lessons that other entrepreneurs learn from Trek's national and international experiences. I can't talk. Now, you would have had to see what the rest of chapter 3 is about. We're going to go see about it in a minute. In a memo to me, there's that memo thing, discuss how the information found on pages 99 to 103 could explain Trek Bicycle and other entrepreneurs can learn to be successful. See, I tell you exactly where to go right there. The memo should be 2 to 3 paragraphs, complete sentences. Be sure to reference the specific sections you are discussing. Okay? So we need to go back to page 99. Yep, went over right there. So this is the section that says culture and ethical business practices. Here's a checklist. You can pull information off of here. Doing business abroad, that might be a good thing to read. Just some information. There's anti-bribery laws. If you would think that's something you would do is you would bribe somebody, help them be more successful. That is a federal offense with fines and prison time. 99 to 103. This is 101. Corruption's highly clean or highly corrupt, depending on the country. Deciding whose ethics to follow. Ethical decision making across borders. So, and there's a student example of Trek Bicycle. I believe that I'm going to have in the lecture an assignment tab. So, Trek wants to go overseas. They're not wanting to do their homework, as is obvious by Germany and the Asian doing the green helmet, which means your wife's cheating on you, or not understanding the environmental concerns of Germany. So this company is an American-based company that wants to go overseas, and they're not wanting to do their homework. So what can they do, or what should they have done before they decide to go overseas to be successful, all right, and do business? That other entrepreneurs would say, oh, I was going to do the same thing, but I've looked at them, and yeah, I need to do homework. So are you going to decide, should Trek decide whose ethics to follow, if you think that may have been a consideration? Ethical decision across borders. Is that something? Okay. Find alternatives, refuse business if options, legalistic strategies. And so let's say that you were talking about in your answer deciding whose ethics to follow. So your answer would probably be, you're talking about Trek Bicycle, you're talking about them learning, and in it you go, But being track bicycle, they need to determine whose ethics they're going to follow. Are they going to follow the ethics of their business in the United States based on United States ethics? Are they going to try and follow ethics of the current culture, say in Great Britain or Germany? Are they going to follow those ethics? They're probably very similar, but there may be one or two things that are different. And so then you're going to go in the section deciding whose ethics to follow in chapter 3. This states da 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 da. That covers you right there. Okay, that's what I mean by that. Then what you need to do is grade yourself. This is a rubric. This is what I use to grade you. You have it for every assignment. All 4 sections completed and questions answered. Okay, that's assignment 1.3. So remember, there's 4 things you have to choose. Ethical dilemmas, section 1.15, 4 ethical issues selected, questions answered. Memo format of required length for track based on pages 99 to 103. And this is the references. Remember I said you need to do references. If you don't do the references, it's 5 points. And the grammar and spelling. All right, so that's 1.2 written assignment. If you have any questions, you let me know. Okay, I'll be happy to answer you. Take care.